welcome to Truth Download. I'm Jonathan, and today we're looking at another article I stumbled across on JSTOR. I am not intentionally doing a series on Paris or the World Fairs, but here's another article that I thought I would share with you. It's called Taller Than Eiffel's Tower, the London and Chicago Tower Projects, 1889 to 1894. And this was published in 1987. We're just going to scroll here. These illustrations are pretty amazing. They're showing you proposals for monuments like the Eiffel Tower. Got like the Pantheon type building down here at the base of this, like obelisk, old Roman looking column. This is talking about the Eiffel Tower and responses to the Eiffel Tower, and how the Eiffel Tower was actually built for the 1889 Paris World Fair, and it was highly successful. Who knows? This is a story that we're being told. They do have the name of all the architects and everyone involved. It is all here. We gotta take it all with a grain of salt. I love this as a design for a tower a year before the Eiffel Tower was built, and it almost looks like a church Eiffel Tower or something. Check this out. You got like serious cathedral architecture going on here. And like another house up here or something, like it's very chateau looking. What's going on here? Very interesting. And obviously Chicago's got to get in on the action for their 1893 World Fair, which is the famous white city that's lit up with Tesla coils. And obviously all these buildings which once did all the amazing Roman style colonnades and everything are torn down. But back to the article, and apparently London and Chicago were very much considering their own monumental towers to rival Paris's Eiffel Tower. But just a number of the candidates and the different submissions that they got, anything looking from like a Big Ben to very modern and even cathedral looking. Anyways, very interesting. On the left is the tower that was actually going to be built in London, because London needed its own Eiffel Tower as well, didn't you know? And they actually apparently built this thing, or partially built this thing. There's a leg of it. Not really sure what to make of this construction photo, or alleged construction photo. But meanwhile, every city that had a World's Fair apparently now needed a monumental tower to compete with the now famous and in quotes successful Eiffel Tower. The descriptions here are pretty wild. Here it says a firm which had submitted a design for the London Tower competition proposed an immense structure 1,500 feet high and 480 feet in diameter at its base. The tower would have composed of 16 hyperbolically curved legs with numerous horizontal and diagonal braces. Directly beneath the tower would have been a domed auditorium rising to 230 feet, which along with its adjacent lobbies and galleries would have accommodated an estimated 30,000 people. Beyond this, the structure was to include the largest hotel in the world, approximately 4,000 rooms, together with additional space that would have been offered to the Chicago Public Library. The lower floors would have communicated with the tower through a system of 8 elevators. And this is apparently because there were problems with lineups at the Paris Fair, and so the Eiffel Tower didn't have enough elevators, so this one wouldn't have had that problem. They even give you the amount of money that these things apparently would cost, And of course, it's a World's Fair, so they're going to be temporary, even though, as we know with the Eiffel Tower, that thing is definitely not. Here's a cartoon, American newspaper, making fun of all the competition going on about having to have a bigger tower than the Eiffel Tower, and I guess poking fun at some of the designs. And on the right is the tower that they decided they would go ahead with for the Colombian Fair, even though obviously one apparently was never built. Even though I think I like the design of the tower on the left even better. Incredibly ornate looking Eiffel Tower here. But also somehow, like the author wrote here, somehow seemed to fit even better in Chicago with all the old architecture they showcase there. At this, imagine if one of these things existed. Maybe they have, I don't know. Maybe not, but it's definitely fascinating. They're making the argument that because of the funding from the government, the lack of funding from the government, that the towers in London and in Chicago couldn't have been built. Make of that what you will. But meanwhile, these drawings are absolutely mind-blowing. I know there will be people out there that will see things in there that I am not seeing right now, and I hope that just having access to this article and sharing it will be of value to somebody out there. Look at the multi-layered Eiffel Tower proposal here. You know, there's like a chateau style building on 2 levels, along with at the bottom there. And that was the one that was supposedly going to be built, had the highest chance of being built in Chicago. And I'm just gonna scroll down to the bottom of this article so you guys can see the rest of the illustrations here. And this one on the right was the last proposal, even after they decided it was going to be too much money to build the thing. There was a lot of excitement about still having one for the fair, and this is the simplified American design that they came up with. And according to the author of this article, a number of architects were greatly impacted by the World's Fair. And for example, on the left, here's a proposal for a tower to be built on the site of the Columbian Exposition after the expo. Just another great illustration. Obelisk looking, futuristic, monumental tower. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit like, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time. Have a nice day.